moderator. You know him best as Dr. Rajesh Kutrapali.
How is everyone doing in San Diego? Welcome to Comic-Con. Welcome to Comic-Con. We are so excited to be here. We love our fans. Our show would be nothing without you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. This means the world to us. Thank you. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. I thought we'd start by me asking them some embarrassing questions, and then we'll open up some to the audience, and we'll see what happens, all right? All right, so let me take my jacket. That's all that's coming off right now. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. So we watched all of these clips right now, and the Back to the Future argument, right, which was amazing, which went over my head, but I just read the lines as usual. How does a conversation like that come about?
Well, I think it started, we were talking about a date in the movie that was coming up, that Steve Holland was.
Yeah, so we realized that the future, the 2015 future, Back to the Future was coming up, and we started talking about the time travel of it, and we started drawing out on the whiteboard in the writer's room, just like the characters did on the show, this argument about whether the time travel made sense or not. Because I took this sort of logical point that there was a flaw in it, and I think Jeremy had the opposite wrong idea, that it made sense.
Sure, that's a great way to put it. Well, if he had the almanac in 1955, what if he lost it before 1958? That's all I'm saying. But yes, we were writing on the whiteboard. Pretty much what we were writing on there ended up in the show. So I was Leonard, Steve Holland was Wolowitz, and then Eric and I just started talking about time travel.
Well, I think it was during that conversation, I was just trying to clarify if Leonard would say has or had just what would sound better conversationally, and Eric very sweetly thought I intelligently meant in the context of time travel. And that's where this whole discussion about what is the proper tense came up.
Right. I don't know if this is the time or place to get into the tense system for inconsistent time travel stories. But the real issue is the retroactively self-negated past perfect. Because I have to have, you might think, and again, I don't know if there's any appetite for this level of minutia here. How deep an appetite it may be, perhaps terrifyingly deep. That you might think that the way you would handle time travel is you just have a tenseless language and you just date every utterance and it wouldn't matter what tense you're using. But actually that's wrong. From the perspective of the speaker, certain things are completed, that's a perfect, and certain things would have been completed but weren't because of what he's saying right now, and that's a retroactively self-negating as perfect.
Best part of that scene, watching Jim, Johnny, and Simon struggle with it all week and me not having to say one thing. It's nice being the foreigner on the show. So what are some of the stories that have come from real life this past season? I know you guys we did the episode about the drone. About the helicopter drone?
Oh,
and that was from, you had one. You had one.
I was given a drone for Christmas, and I couldn't make it work. I could not get it to work, so I knew that the writers at 2.5 Men couldn't fix it. So
it's sure, it's okay.
Figuring these are the smartest guys in the world, and they'll fix it, and they couldn't. Bill thinks he did, but he didn't. And we actually had an episode came out of it in which...
When Sheldon is getting frustrated, flicking that switch on and off 10 times, that was just Bill and Saladin in the writer's room, flicking the switch on and off 10 times and never getting it to work.
And it actually does say that in the instructions that you're supposed to turn it on and off.
At least 10 times.
At least 10 times. The instructions are that stupid.
For the record.
It didn't fix it.
I am a former software engineer. Saladin has a degree in engineering from MIT. We took a look at it.
They did identify that it wasn't working, so they did.
That's reasonable. We confirmed that Chuck was right. It was not working. And we spent some time with it. And we got to the point where we made the determination that the problem was that the BIOS it had to be updated. So the flash memory BIOS had to be updated.
And the instructions were not clear. That's
You
not
guys are probably getting an idea of why we left this part out of the episode.
And then at some point we brought in an expert who was a pilot, an expert on drones to fly the drone.
He was 17 years old. He was 17 years old. We've had big stars on our TV show, but this guy was the biggest diva. I was like, great flying skills. He's like, thanks, bro.
But it's very important to me to set the record straight that Saladin and I approached him and said, here's what we were going to do next. We were going to update the BIOS, and as Saladin is my witness,
Yes.
he said, that sounds right. Is that correct?
That was
Okay,
good
so
enough.
that's what we were going to do next. So although we didn't actually solve the problem, we created a framework where the problem would have been solved.
I just want to point out that we know that they're called drones, but it's just so much cuter to hear Kunal say helicopter.
Helicopter. How do I say it? David Saltzberg, who is our science consultant, rock star, who makes sure that everything is correct and still gets 1,000 hateful emails a day. You were really nervous about the topic of Leonard and Sheldon's paper, correct?
That's right.
Can you tell us why?
The writers asked me to come up with a discovery for Sheldon and Leonard, and it would have to be a significant discovery. So I thought about it quite a bit, and we came up with something related to superfluid vacuum theory and the space-time in the universe. And I added a little bit, which I thought was kind of cool, about surface tension, which had not really been used before. So I thought this was really pretty good. And I submitted it. And I get the scripts each time a few more pages. And the next time I got the script, I saw that one of the people in the show who will be reading the script was Professor Stephen Hawking. At which point I had a little bit of a panic attack. My fear was that he would look at the script and say, I'm sorry, I actually can't be in the show. Which luckily didn't happen. On the upside, I was hoping he would think it's a brilliant idea and write a paper. I'm still waiting for that.
Why don't we take a quick couple of questions from the audience, see what happens. Yeah, anyone? It's the first question of the day, so no pressure. Yeah. It's a group discussion. It's one question, excuse me.
We're determining who goes first.
Funny quick story about Stephen Hawking. When Stephen Hawking came on set for the first time, he came to watch a run-through, and Simon Helberg, Wolowitz, had to do the voice in the scene in front of Stephen Hawking. And all of us are doing the scene, but we're secretly looking at Stephen Hawking to see how he would respond, and he was smiling. He was loving it.
He loved it. He's got a great...
He was loving it. Another funny story.
I tell them the time I directed the first scene with Stephen Hawking and Sheldon, and there was no weirder moment in your life when you looked at Professor Hawking and say, action.
I guess we're not going to get any audience questions tonight, so we'll come back to a few audience questions in a second.
If you don't have questions, it means we've communicated it, so you're like, okay, we get it.
I want to ask though about the fan fiction.
Right.
Because last season we heard, we just saw the clip, we heard Amy's fan fiction, and I just want to know what inspired that.
We had become aware that there was quite a bit of Big Bang Theory fan fiction out there in the world, and one day in the writer's room we looked it up and started reading it. We kind of went into it thinking, this might not be so great, and Steve, you were reading it out loud to the room.
Yeah, I just Googled some randomly and was reading it out loud to the room, and we started off, a little bit nervous about it, and then we actually kind of got wrapped up in it. It was a story about what happened to Amy on prom night that wasn't a part of the episode, and it was actually sort of like really sweet and affecting, and so we started off it started a little bit as a joke reading this, and then we really kind of got into the story and what was happening.
Just the way that Penny and Bernadette started goofing on it and get so wrapped up in Amy's fan fiction is absolutely what happened to us in the writer's room with the Big Bang Theory fan fiction that we found.
I feel like you cried a little bit. I mean, you're kind of an easy cry.
Well, okay, so is there going to be any Kutrapali fan fiction or anything like that? Wouldn't that be amazing?
I think that might be a better question for the woman who plays Amy.
Huh? You want to ask her? Hey, Mayim, you want to come out on stage?
The other day of writing some Cooper Polly Amy fan fiction. If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, are we standing together doing this? Can you hear like this?
Yes.
Can you hear? Yeah. You should say your lines into the mic because it's big.
I will. Okay.
Did we just warm up for 1 second?
Amy looked at Cooper Polly, peering at the stars through his telescope. She had always thought of him as a friend, but now something was different. She'd spent her life studying the brain, but she had a feeling tonight this Swami of love was going to teach her about another organ. Met her longing gaze and said,
Have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey? I'm about to introduce you to 50 Shades of Brown.
Amy replied, that doesn't make sense. Grey was the main character's last name. Pulled her close and said,
That kind of semantic nitpicking is going to get you a spanking.
oh my. Then I should point out that semantic is the wrong word. Sexy beast from the third world.
Forget about shaming. Tonight, you and I will be a sweaty, tangled mass of kutrapemi.
In that moment, Amy wondered what she had seen in Kuthar Polly. She knew who she needed to be with. The sexiest people of all, television sitcom writers.
Ready.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I thought season 8 was kind of awesome. And,
Wear a shirt that says so.
yeah, I feel like I just. So after the finale, a lot of Shamey fans have a lot of questions. But what I really need to know for my own sanity is when Sheldon bought the ring and when he was planning on giving it to Amy.
Let me answer that one.
I don't know if we want to answer your question directly right now, but I can tell you that the answer will be in the premiere episode of season 9.
It will.
Mayim is listening very carefully to Steve. I don't know if you heard it, Mayim just said it will.
You know, from the actor's point of view, in all honesty, we don't get the scripts until the night before. So we tape on a Tuesday night in front of a live audience, and Tuesday night we get the script that we're going to start on Wednesday. And it's really exciting, and to be completely honest, almost 9 years in, every Tuesday night still feels like Christmas. Because you open the script, and in the first few seasons, it was like, okay, how many scenes am I in, you know? And now it's really become like what's happening in the story, and that's a testament to how these characters have grown and how incredible these writers are.
Great to see you guys again. My question is about Amy's character as she's evolved into a full-time character. Will we know more about her past and her family, aside that she can't eat a banana the right way?
I have no idea. I would love to know all those things as well. As Kunal said, we don't, you know, we kind of live these characters week to week. These are the people who know more about us than we do. So I don't know those things.
Yes.
You may learn she had a great uncle who didn't always play by the rules.
My name's Marshall Forrest, and my question is, in the episode where they signed the roommate agreement, Leonard and Sheldon say that they would go back in time 5 seconds from when they signed if they had ever invented time travel. So when they sat there and wait, and then they don't show up, then they would accept that they don't invent time travel, creating a paradox where they never attempt to create time travel.
Yeah, but when they said that, they might have been wrong.
I used to write on a piece of paper, if I invent time travel, come back 10 minutes from now in a writer's room and put it in my wallet in front of everybody, and I would watch in 10 minutes, people would start to look around.
You know, what was the deal with that corpse that looked just like you with that message in his wallet that we found in the back?
You're getting a glimpse of what it's like every day in the writer's room. I will take one more question, and then I have a question also.
Oh,
your mic is broken.
Your microphone.
Can we have anyone who can fix that in this room?
Saladin and Bill, they're trying to fix it.
Saladin and I will.
They can tell you that it's broken.
Wait, it's working now. Okay. My name is Sabrina Batchelor. My question is...
Your last name is Batchelor?
It's spelled differently than the TV show, but...
How?
Bachelor is a
it's a last name
that might be used to identify